A Different Kind of Darkness by Viva La Igel. Ungoliant, they once called me. First of the spiders, shadows made manifest, the great consumer that knew naught but hunger. Truly I feasted in those days. All sorts of creatures would stumble into the gloom of my web, unaware of me or their impending fate. And I felt nothing better than in those days draining them of their life and becoming larger, greater, and able to feed on even larger beings. But then I was driven away. Flames they used on me, too many to strike at, even for my many legs. They forced me away into darkness, and there I bred more of my kind. Only for the purpose of eating I made them, and thought some would escape, most would not, but they could not sustain me. These shadows were pale imitations of my great shadow, and they added little. Long the world forgot about me in my hiding, and soon they believed I was gone. Hunger consumed by hunger. They say I devoured myself in my great appetite, but they are wrong. For I have always hungered for the light, the eternal flame, and I am so great at darkness that I would be a shadow even upon the sun. No, I could not satiate myself, but nor could I move out of my hiding with such beings of might in the world. So I wove more webs, darkness upon darkness, until I was held fast in place in a void of light. In this darkness I felt my body shrink. No longer was I the great, terrifying spider, my teeth becoming useless and my great bulk diminishing. Still, though, I had my legs, but of a different kind. I felt I could stretch them out, and they moved through the darkness, pulling bits of shadowy web with them. Further, far away from my body they moved, until they came for the first time to settle on man. But these legs were not the same, for even with their great length, they did not crush him nor pull him. But I felt them touching him and move into his mind, and there connect the dark bit of web to him, and I fed. Not much, not enough for anything truly satisfying, but for the first time in ages, I fed. And the man was diminished, but not destroyed. I took from him pieces, but not the whole flame of his soul. And he went to groups of other men, and as they spoke unwittingly, spun my dark webs into his words, and they came into those around him. On them, too, I fed. These men turned to darkness, but not so thoroughly as to destroy them. Their actions were dark, their thoughts were dark, and they couldn't find in themselves what made them weak, what made them hurt. I thought of my webs of old, and laughed at their fragility compared to these. These webs of the mind were even greater, for the snared could see and feel them not, and so made no move to escape or avoid them. Instead, they built my web for me, capturing more of themselves, all while I ate them slowly. Not even at the end, when their age and frailty finally succumbed to the darkness I had caught them in, could they see from where it came. And as man spread, so did I. My hunger was always growing, but my prey grew to match. What limitations and fears my physical form had known were gone, replaced by a darkness that began to radiate from around me as much as in me. And now, as man pushes past the bonds of this rock, so too will my webs, much further out than I could have hoped to spin them on my own, and so much closer to the great fire that fuels you all. Man will reach out its limbs beyond the earth and carry me in their hearts and minds to greater flame. In consuming these, I will become celestial and, in physical relief, stretch out legs that have patiently waited for eons. For this hunger I have waited a sufficient amount of time, and soon, when man conveys me to the great flame, I will sate it with all the worlds and the creatures of it. Your minds have nourished me long enough. I now require more.